Welcome to another episode of Around the Mic. My name is Rick. Today I have Aaron, Jimmy, and Beth with me. Today we'll be discussing a wide variety of topics. I wanted to start out with games coming out in November. I've seen a few articles talking about how November's just going to crush your wallet. You've got the new Tomb Raider game, the new Starcraft, the final Starcraft expansion, and Legacy of the Void, which I'm really excited about. And then Fallout 4, of course, being the big one. I'm not that super excited about the Tomb Raider, to be honest with you.
You should be.
Yeah.
You should be.
So wait, is it based off of the Definitive Edition, I think was the name?
Well, all that was just had all the DLC that they had released for the Tomb Raider.
So will it be
the
like...
reboot, though?
Yeah, it's the sequel from that. It's now, she's no longer the naive adventurer that she was, because the previous was her first adventure, in the reboot. And this is now her. She's now seasoned. She's grown a little bit. And it's just the next adventure in her life. It's going to be good. Because if you've not played the first one,
the first one just went up for free on Microsoft for Gold members.
How is it?
So I downloaded that the other day, and to be honest with you, I played it for a couple hours, and I have not been impressed at all. So if it's anything like that, I'm probably not going to get
What
it.
did you like about it?
It was Assassin's Creed, and they took all the Tomb Raider out of it for me. That's what I felt like.
A little bit. And that was a big criticism, but they've said with this one that they're trying to add more of the tombs back. It's more
Well, it's not
of
even
the
just
typical...
the tombs. You've got to put those puzzles back in and not just have me being stealthy and trying to stalk deer. I don't want to stalk deer as Lara Croft. I want to...
Well, they're so threatening.
Right. Well, no...
It's not even why you're doing it. You have
us.
to eat. Which, fine, great, I understand, and it's like a sandboxy type game, and they're like, that's the big thing, but for me, growing up on Tomb Raider, if it doesn't have the puzzles, it's not Tomb Raider, and I haven't really run into any puzzles.
Well, but if you only play for a couple hours, that's why.
If it takes you that long to get into the actual Tomb Raider part of your Tomb Raider game,
well, no, and that
there's problems.
Well, but you're
it's
expecting.
not Tomb Raider. It's Assassin's Creed as a female.
No, I have to disagree with that.
Well, I will give it the rest of this game because I didn't pay for it, but I'm not going to have any plans to get the next one if it doesn't significantly improve.
Right. Well, that's
because
ultimately what they do is that there are 8 what they call optional tombs. Right. That when you go in, those are the ones that have the puzzles that you're talking about.
That sounds very like Assassin's Creed.
You have
very much.
Where the puzzles were optional.
Right. Which again,
Which
and that
is
was
not Tomb Raider.
But that was the big criticism that people had that they are trying to address with this one.
Well, if people have criticized that, and that's been like the big sticking point that the fans didn't like, then I would hope that with this one that they're going to make, that they would take that to heart and really improve upon that and actually integrate the puzzles into the game and the storyline like it should be.
Sure, I can agree with that.
If that's where they're going with it, then I would be a lot more interested than based on what I've played so far of this. But you're going to have to show me.
It's actually, it is really good, because it was actually done by 2 separate companies. One company did the single-player portion, and then another company did
It's probably the better way to do it, because then you don't have to worry about them taking away from the single.
Exactly, because they could each focus on their own part and make each part good. So it's decent. It's not the best multiplayer. There's nothing revolutionary about it, but it's fun.
Well, we got a little distracted by Tomb Raider there, but not to neglect the other 2 titles coming out in November. There's Fallout 4, another open world game, but it works.
What do you say about that?
Yeah.
We all want it.
Yes.
We're all ready for it.
See, that's where you've got a whole different culture behind that game, because the Fallout series has kind of always been
turn-based tactical, if we really want to talk about it.
And
then with the 3rd one, they kind of did crap on people. A lot of people were really upset. Now, I never had played them, but I loved the 3rd one, so that was my introduction to the series.
See, that was me too. Fallout 3 was my first.
Yeah, and so there was a lot of people who do love it, but then the people who came from 1 and 2, they absolutely hate it, because it is a total difference.
You're right, absolutely.
VATS is nice, but it is not a tactical turn-based.
But it always felt like that atmosphere, the post-apocalyptic, kind of suited itself to an open world kind of game. It just seemed like a natural transition for that game. to go through, I think. And I think it worked really well. Obviously, a lot of other people thought it worked really well, too.
Well, and that is a big difference. You gotta look at the time between 1 and 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying?
There was a little span of time.
So technology had begun better, so there was more things made. You know, they very well could have wanted to make 1 and 2 like Fallout 3, but just couldn't because
you can kind of see it too.
You know,
StarCraft, Legacy of the Void, I'm very excited about it. Love StarCraft. 3
trailer
years
was amazing.
Yes, it was. If you get a chance to check out the trailer, I'm very excited for it. But I do still need to finish that part of this form.
And emotion. Today, we retake our homeworld, and with it, our legacy.
New Nintendo president announced, Tatsumi Kimishima. Oh, I butchered that one up. He was head of Nintendo of America during the GameCube days.
Okay.
So this will probably be, a natural transition for him, and hopefully
he can fall back into place. Yeah.
He's got big shoes to fill. New Rock Band. Well, the final track list for Rock Band 4 has been released.
Actually, spent some time this morning was downloading some Rock Band songs.
Yeah.
Were they on the list of what's going to be coming
No. You got to prep up. I'm prepping up my library for the new game. I'm definitely going to get it when it comes out.
The list that came out excite you at all?
There's a couple songs on there, but no. No, most of them. The sad thing is, I don't know whether or not it's because I'm out of touch with music or because they're really old and I'm too young, but I hadn't heard of a lot of the songs that were on there.
I haven't seen the list.
I don't know. Some of the artists and songs just did not stand out.
I will say the last couple of rock bands have, which I understand going like the indie music route and trying to get somewhat unknown artists and giving them a platform with which to get their music out there, and that's all fine and great, but yeah, if I don't listen to a lot of music on the radio now, so if there's any songs from like today, I probably won't care or don't know them.
The list looks like it's kind of all over the place, so
give us a few examples.
We got some 38 Special in there, definitely from my childhood, or maybe not so much childhood, but there's some Black Keys.
Isn't there an REM in there?
There might be. The Cure's in there, Disturbed.
There was one
some Dream
I was
Theater,
looking forward to. I can't remember now.
Fall Out Boy, Elvis Presley.
I think that's the first, actually. I don't think they actually have an Elvis.
There is an REM song on there, the one I love.
Yeah, that was it.
Here's the
I am pumped about that one.
Is there a Taylor Swift song on there?
No.
That would probably be for pop band or something. Like, what was
No. Rock
Taylor
Band
Swift
had some pop songs on there.
Yeah.
So, okay, well then it might not be too bad.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Band
Fighters,
Heroes.
Well, it's Taylor Swift and it's digital. She probably will poop.
Jack White, The Killers.
She won't make enough money off of it
Leonard
to pay the
Skinner.
writers who write her songs.
Exactly.
That used to write for Katy Perry.
Van Halen. So it's kind of all over the place, but I don't think anything too modern.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll release some DLC with more recent albums or songs.
So it's probably just the unknown factor that has you so unexcited about it.
Well, yeah. But I'm still obviously going to get it.
Well, right.
The fact that you can use the old peripherals with the new game.
Yes.
That's pretty fantastic because I think if they had went the route of coming out with all new peripherals and it not
like
worked,
Guitar Hero.
Yeah, or
Makes
Apple.
it fun.
I think a lot of people probably wouldn't have.
No, they wouldn't be all over it.
Wanting to get it at all.
Well, no, because who's going to spend another $200 to get all that?
It was an investment to get those instruments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And more goes than not even like
the special ones.
Yeah, those
wasn't that a blast?
The realistic ones were fabulous.
Like that, yeah, the one guitar that had buttons on all 6 strings for every fret, so you really had to know how to make the real chords.
I feel that on easy, so I wasn't on that one. But that drum kit looked really nice.
Yeah, the pro guitar. I always wanted to try it when I was kind of learning how to play guitar, but I never got around to it, and I wouldn't want to embarrass myself now.
Right.
All right, so Dark Souls 3 gets release dates in Japan, Europe, and North America. We got March of next year for Japan and April for North American and European release. Haven't gotten around to playing the first 2.
Yeah, I think I've tried one of them, and I just don't remember
It's
why I
unforgiving.
stopped playing.
You gotta
that
love
might
it.
have been why.
You gotta love dying. You saw
Yeah,
you
okay,
gotta
so it's
accept
like
that.
a Ninja Gaiden type. You have to have that expected level of accepting
It's almost
death.
like it's trial and error.
There's a guy gonna be around every corner, pretty much.
Okay.
He's gonna kill
Okay.
you.
And then you have, but the thing, and that's what the difficulty in the game. Well, in the first one, comes from every time that you rest, all the monsters come.
Yeah, every time you rest at a bonfire.
Right. So
Oh, wow.
so it's anything that you've done, you're gonna have to do.
And that's
it
the only reset
over
your
again.
healing items.
Right.
So you have to
Exactly.
rest.
So you got it, and eventually I had to just play it to where you eventually know where the monsters are. You know what type
I was
of
going to say, that
weapons they
sounds more
have.
time-consuming than difficult.
Well, right.
And
No,
I hate
I
that
mean,
kind of stuff.
it is. It
Like, I don't
you
mind
have to
fighting monsters
be
and having
into
them
that.
respawn, but if it's just
I will say,
grindy, I
in
get
the beginning, you
bored
have
of
to
it.
grind a little bit because, yes, you do get curb stomp. But I'm about level 40, so level 40 now.
Okay.
And I can run through most areas and
See, that's
throw
not
my
bad.
shield
That's
up.
not
I can
bad.
take a hit and then immediately slash, he's dead,
Okay.
and I'm moving on.
Yeah, I mean, because just like anything, it's a role playing game. Once
Gotcha.
you build yourself up, it's not so
Yeah.
bad. I think the big thing that they need to switch is with the second one. Is that the big problem there was that to adjust the difficulty as opposed to being innovative, they basically copy and pasted the bosses. So you're basically fighting two of the same boss at the same time, and that's a lot of.
And that's
how
not
they-
fun in the first one.
Right, exactly. So you throw more of that into it. So that was the big problem, and that was a lot of big people's complaints with the
Right.
second one. It's not that they really upped the difficulty; they just added more bosses and boss fights.
Yeah,
Well-
that's kind of.
I mean, the boss fights were pretty epic in the first
There's a
one.
special guest
But-
popping in.
Oh, well. Everyone wants their 5 minutes. But you know, I really like the boss fights in the first one, so I need to get the second one, I guess, and start playing it.
Yeah.
I have to beat all the games in order. I haven't even beat the first
So,
one.
but the thing about that is it's not even like Dark
I
Souls
know,
has a
and
real long connected story. that's
Exactly. I was
not
going to
Dragon
say the
Age or
story and the
anything.
lore is you got to wiki that shit if you're really interested.
Right. So.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
I do know the story because
Oh, of course.
I love it. It's a great story.
All right,